Welcome to Battle Streams in Middle Earth. I'm your channel host Damian, and this is a Taming of Smeagol battle report. So yes, hello and welcome dear streamers to Battle Streams in Middle Earth and to our first ever battle report on Battle Streams. When myself and Steve set up this channel, we thought it was going to be for streams. The whole manifesto of this channel is essentially to help you clear your backlogs. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get involved with those old models that you haven't loved for years and try and clear them out and get them painted. And we never particularly saw this as being a channel that would have bat reps. We assumed it would be a channel that obviously had our fortnightly streams and would also potentially have some other videos where you could put them on and listen to, kind of talking videos, narrated videos, that kind of thing. Battle reports wasn't something we particularly envisaged, particularly at the moment because of COVID-19. It's quite hard to kind of get together with people for battle reports. Me and Steve live miles and miles apart, so we certainly couldn't do them together. And historically, I've never really enjoyed making them. On my years on the GBHL, I just don't. That's never something that I've particularly enjoyed. And so we weren't expecting to do many bat reps, if any bat reps, on this channel. And then something happened that the Damian and Steve did not intend. This came out, Quest of the Ringbearer. I presume you've heard of it. At the time of recording, which is Thursday the something of something, end of September, whatever it is. Thursday the 1st of October. This has now been out for since Saturday, I guess, so for a few days, nearly a week. And it's come out and everyone loves it, which is great and which is right because it's absolutely fantastic. Personally, it's my favourite supplement they've done. I think it's absolutely amazing. I don't know if that means it's objectively the best supplement they've done, but for me, it's blown me away. I love it, and the reaction from the community seems to be very, very similar. People are going crazy for this, going for the new exciting legendary legions, the narrative scenarios, the fantasy fellowship. And not only did this spark in me the love and desire to want to play all those narrative scenarios again, I completely, immediately fell in love with the fantasy fellowship section. So you've probably had a look through it yourselves already, but there's this wonderful, wonderful idea that comes out of old White Dwarfs and Battle Games in Middle Earth, of the idea of creating your own Fellowship of the Ring made up of your own characters. And there's some really, really great advice in here for doing it, and some great example fantasy fellowships. And my mind just started whirring uncontrollably when this came out. And I wanted to do it, and I wanted to play some narrative scenarios, and I got in touch with my friend Tom Macklen, who's a very good friend of mine who lives close, and said, would you be up for this? Would you be up for doing this and for having following a campaign and really, really trying to take a fantasy fellowship through the whole campaign? And he said yes, and seemed as excited as me. So what I've come up with is basically probably my stupidest and most ambitious YouTube plan of all time, in all honesty, that myself and Tom Macklen are going to attempt to take a fantasy fellowship through the entire campaign, and probably more than is in here. We've already looked at it and we want to add more scenarios in. And we honestly think this will last at least 3 years if we do it. I have no reason to see why it would ever happen or be a success, but I'm kind of optimistic about it. That's the plan. That's where I am, and as part of that, obviously, we're going to have to do battle reports. We're suddenly going to have to go from a channel that does no battle reports to a channel that does lots of battle reports, and I want them to be good. I want them to be good quality. I'm not saying kind of crazy professional level, the sort of stuff that Top Table Gaming do or Zorpazorp do. We're not going to get to there. We don't have the kit. We don't have the means. I don't hugely have the time or inclination, but I want to be a step up from where we were on the GBHL, where we famously, back in today, it was very shaky cam. We would have one camera, and we would, we'd move from bit to bit because that's what was out there. That's what we did, and it was great at the time. But now people have pushed the bar so far further forward that just looks quite shonky. And what I want to do on this channel is somewhere in between those, to try and create battle reports that are a nice kind of visual experience to watch. And so what me and Tom realised was that this was going to involve some work and some effort, and we would need to we want to do multiple cameras in all the years. Go and watch every GBHL battle report I've ever been involved in. They none of them involve more than one camera. They're always one camera. And we immediately said, that's the thing we want to do. And we identified basically 3 cameras, one to shoot the table, one to shoot close-ups of the models, and one for the dice tray. And so suddenly realising that, you know, getting those 3 different feeds in at the same time and recording them and everything like that, that was going to be a logistical task to figure out. So what we decided to do was practice, essentially. So this is not the start of our Fantasy Fellowship campaign, but what this is a proof of concept. Me and Tom, we decided to meet up. We did our social distancing. You know, we haven't seen each other in months and months, but Tom came round, which we're allowed to do at the moment, certainly in England. And we made sure we you know, followed all the guidelines and washed hands. We did allow ourselves, as you'll see, we did allow ourselves a handshake. Having before the game, we made sure we fully washed our hands and everything, and, you know, sanitized and all that sort of stuff. So we did think we could do that, and we made sure to do the same afterwards. But it was nice to have someone over and actually roll some dice in person with someone for the first time in sort of 6 months. That was quite cool. But yeah, so Tom came round and we set it all up. And what we decided to do was we were so in love with this book that we had to pick something out of here. So we settled on The Taming of Smeagol. And I'm not sure if you've looked at The Taming of Smeagol, but The Taming of Smeagol's here. It's a narrative scenario, obviously representing the part where Smeagol attacks the Fellowship. And the reason we picked it, it's a 2x2 board, and it's got 3 models. It's got Sam, Frodo, and Smeagol in it. And we wanted to pick something that was incredibly small, that would be quick to see if we could make a battle report like this work, essentially. And so that's the scenario we're going to have a go. So I thought on here I would run through things and see how we go. I'm not going to read the flavour text, certainly not today, but the layout is on the Mule, so it's a 2x2 board covered in rocky outcrops, some larger, some small. The good player deploys Frodo and Sam in the centre of the board. The evil player then deploys Smeagol, although he's very much Gollum at this point, anywhere touching the eastern board edge, so about 12 inches away from Frodo and Sam. The objectives: Gollum has tracked the hobbits since Moria, and now has the opportunity to strike and steal the ring. If they become aware of Gollum, the hobbits will try to subdue him. Good player wins if Gollum is subdued. The evil player wins if Gollum kills Frodo and reclaims the ring. If Gollum is subdued but Sam has been slain, the game is a draw. Special rules: sleeping hobbits. The hobbits are asleep and are unaware of the creature sneaking up on them as they rest. The hobbits start the game prone and may not move until they're disturbed. As Gollum approaches, there is a chance he will wake the hobbits. Roll a d6 before Gollum moves. If the number rolled is higher than the distance between him and the hobbits, or a 6 is rolled, he has disturbed them, and the hobbits immediately stand up and act normally from this point onwards. If Gollum attacks a sleeping hobbit, the hobbits have been woken and may act normally from this point onwards. So that's really cool. So the closer he gets to the hobbits, the more likely he is to be caught, essentially. Subduing Gollum. The hobbits are not trying to kill the attacker, but instead try to subdue him. If Gollum suffers his last wound, then he is subdued rather than slain. However, Gollum cares not for the well-being of the hobbits and will try to kill them as normal. Sting. Gollum has encountered Sting before and rightfully fears it. Each time Gollum loses a fight against Frodo, he must take a courage test. If the test is failed, Gollum surrenders to the hobbits and is automatically subdued. So that's really rough for Gollum. He's courage 4 without any will. So even if he just loses a duel to Sam and Frodo, he's going to have to take a courage test, which can end the game for him. And the participants are Frodo Baggins with Sting, Mithril Coat and Elven Cloak, and Samwise Gamgee with Elven Cloak, and Smeagol. That's it. So it's a really, really cool, fun little scenario. It was one that when I first read through the book, I fancied trying, and it just seemed perfect for this. I've been chatting to Tom. We think it might be spectacularly quick. Yeah, there's only 3 models. As soon as Gollum dies, it's over. As soon as Frodo dies, it's over. So we don't expect it's going to take very long. So I'm sure that the kind of pre-match stuff and post-match stuff on this will probably take longer than Battle Report. But that doesn't matter. We hope you enjoy the content. But what's more important is we try and figure out how to film one of these new bat reps. So, as you're watching this, I'll come back to this at the end of the video, what we want you to do is let us know what you think of it. We've set up the angles. Now, currently my hope is that the quality of the camera filming the main table will improve, and the quality of the audio will improve. So if you assume the quality of everything gets a bit better, what we're really interested in is the composition. So you'll see the dice tray, you'll see the cameras. You know, what was it like? Was it an enjoyable experience to watch? That's the kind of point. And then obviously, we'd love to hear from you in the comments to let us know what you think. So yeah, that's kind of it. We've read the scenario. I'm mega excited to be playing a game. I'm super excited to be getting back into kind of battle reports on YouTube in a bit. And we're going to head down and we're going to set up the table, and in the next clip you'll see me with Tom ready to get started, and then we'll come back for a debrief at the end. Alright, hope you enjoy it. So here we are, this is our table, we're ready to start. I'm going to pan over some of the shots now and hopefully you'll see how the board is looking before too long. So here is our whole board. We're on a 2x2 board, and as we kind of discussed at the start, we have Frodo and Sam who start the game. They're asleep, so they're both prone, and then somewhere in the region of 12 inches away from them we have the sneaky Gollum who's all ready to jump up on them and attack them. So we're giving evil priority in this because good can't move, so we will now come back after the first bit of movement. Okay, so we actually realise we've gone wrong already in that we actually have to roll the dice to see if the hobbits are disturbed before Gollum moves. So before Tom moves, I'm going to roll the dice. We need a 6. That's a 3, so the hobbits are not disturbed. So Tom can now move on as normal. Okay, so here we are at the end of movement. Gollum has just moved 5 inches straight forward. The hobbits still can't do anything, and that really is that. So we're going to move into turn 2 priority now. Cool, so here we go, it's priority. Yep. So Tom on the Mordor dice gets a 2, and me gets a 5. Goes to good. Good can do absolutely nothing.
Apart from roll the dice just before I move.
Apart from roll dice, the distance between them is...
Should be 6.
It's still 6,
yeah.
I need a 6.
Yeah.
Here we go, can roll this now. The hobbits are not disturbed, I repeat, they are not disturbed.
But crucially, next turn, roll above a 1 and they're alerted.
Although presumably, from your point of view, what you should now do is actually just stay 4.5 inches away from them, so that you're ready to charge them next turn.
That's true.
But they have the least chance of being disturbed. Sneaky.
That is sneaky, but I want to get stuck in, get my precious bat.
Classic Macklen. Classic Macklen. So we'll now show you the disastrous move that Tom's made, and we'll go from there. So classic narrative player Tom Macklen, he's decided not to back off to 4.5 inches away. He's decided to do what Gollum would do and creep up and go for it. What a lad. So there he is. He snuck up. The hobbits. You had priority, didn't you?
Yep.
So Tom had priority. The hobbits still can't do anything because they've not been disturbed. So now once more we go on to priority to see if they are disturbed. Okay, so turn 3 priority.
I get 6.
He gets a 6. And the hobbits also get a 6.
So it goes to
the hobbits.
Yeah.
So because Tom's a great fluffy player,
yeah.
he's decided that the sensible thing on this was to move to within 1.5 inches. That means that the hobbits are going to be disturbed on a roll of a 2 or more.
Yes.
They are disturbed, so I believe that means they can now act normally.
Yeah.
So they will stand up for 2 inches each.
Yep.
Obviously they'll do it one at a time.
Yep.
I don't think we need to involve the ring in this, but I think we've both got 2 inches. We'll get into business. So
yep.
I'm going to move in. I'm going to charge them both into Gollum.
Okay.
So here we are in that first fight phase, and Sam and Frodo have both charged into Gollum, and we will now see how they get on. So I believe Tom has the fight value advantage.
Yep.
With his fight of 4, whereas I have a bit of might in my store. So yeah, we'll see how they get on. Right, so Tom's rolling first with Gollum. Yep. What? Classic Macklen. I'll start with Frodo. Oh, he's out of the dice tray. Frodo gets a 3. Has Gollum got might?
I've got 1 might point.
Sam? Oh, Sam gets a 6.
Wins,
Sam
yeah.
takes it. So we will back Gollum away an inch.
Yeah.
And I'll get 2 strikes.
Yes.
So Frodo with his strength of 2, up to 1, up to 3 for Sting.
Yep.
And Sam with his strength of 2.
I'm actually going to roll I lost a duel to
Oh, of course, yes.
the wielder of Sting, so if I fail a courage test, you win.
Subdued. He's failed a courage test. Gollum is subdued. Smeagol has been tamed.
Yes.
Well played, sir.
Thank you.
So I think we decided straight away that we would swap.
And you're going to do it properly with Gollum and
Well, do you
stay
want to
4.5.
do
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see
And
if
then
I can
see the
escape.
difference. Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to reset the table
Yeah.
and we'll swap sides and play again. Perfect. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
So here we are with the rematch. I'm playing as Gollum now. We know it's going to be evil priority first, so before Gollum moves, you get the shiny. You can have the shiny yellow dice this time.
Yellow dice.
On a 6, you are disturbed.
Oh no!
My goodness. So with Gollum's turn to move, I'd just like you to move in just 5 inches forward, please.
5 inches forward. There we are.
So here we are, exactly the same as last time. Gollum was just 5 inches completely forward, so he's still safely away from the hobbits for now, and we will go into the roll for priority. So Tom's on the roll dice, of course. Tom gets
A 2.
and Gollum gets a 3. So the priority is with evil, of course.
So let's see if I'm disturbed.
Disturbed. Only on a 6 this
Only
time.
on a 6 this time.
Oh,
4 again.
not disturbed. So with evil priority, we saw how badly it went for Gollum when you played it the thematic way. So we're going to try it this time.
So 4.5
inches away, please.
No.
So we can see there, it looks very much the same, but Gollum has sneakily moved forward, which means next turn, if he's not disturbed, he will be able to charge one of the hobbits, potentially turning things to his advantage. We shall see. Also, I think this is turn 3.
Turn 3, yep.
So turn 3 priority. Tom gets a 4. Gollum gets a 2. So priority goes to the hobbits.
Yep.
They can't do anything.
But
He's
I will see
4.5 inches away,
5 inches.
5 up. Oh, for God's sake. Doesn't help. The hobbits are disturbed. It's not the sneakiest Gollum we've ever heard.
No.
And it's up to you really. You've now got 2 inches move for each of them.
Yep. I will just pop Sam in front of Mr. Frodo.
Classic protection.
Yeah. And
I will take your bait.
Yep.
Gollum's going to go in.
Charge. Samwise.
So here's how things are looking after Tom moved up. Tom very, very faithfully and sportingly moved Sam in to block Frodo, and then Gollum charged straight into that stupid fat hobbit. And we will now be fighting a duel between Sam and Gollum. Hopefully Gollum can take out a hobbit. I've got 2 dice, right?
You do indeed.
With the higher fight value.
Yep.
Sam does have
2 might.
2 might. Oh, that's pretty good. So set the bar?
Set the bar at a mighty
It's a
5.
It's good, it's good. Gollum gets double 6.
Yes, precious. Yes.
So that is pushing him back.
Yep.
Do you want to? It's up to you what you want to do.
Just go an inch that way.
Cool. So he's strength 4.
He's in strength 4, yep, and Sam's defence
Immediate defence
3, so
3, so
4s.
And he's got the 2 wounds and 2 fates.
So
Could kill him.
Could kill him.
Come on, Gollum. Do it for Precious. Oh, that's a nothing.
No.
How many mites you got?
1 might.
Just one. He's got a 5, so that's a wound. So
I will take the wound.
Take a wound. Classic drama. But that now means, I believe, that the hobbits are disturbed, right?
Yes.
I've charged one.
Yeah,
correct. If Gollum attacks a sleeping hobbit, they've been... Oh, they're already awake, can't they?
Yeah, they're already awake. Yep.
Cool. So we now move into priority.
Yep. Turn 4. I get a 5.
Gollum.
Oh, out of
Gollum. It's a 1.
Right move.
I think you can have it.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So yeah, I think there will be some ganging up to be had.
Oh, poor Smeagol. So here's what the mean master's done. Both Sam and Frodo have charged into poor Smeagol and will now attempt to subdue him. But Smeagol believes in his fight value and is going to try and roll better than Macklen's 2 and 1. You got to do what? Yeah. Do you want to go and then I'll go and then you go?
Yeah.
So who's this?
So this will be Sam.
Sam.
That's
5. It's good. Come on, Gollum. There's the 6.
Yeah, I can't even win.
No. God.
Oh God.
Brilliant. So Sam and Frodo both back away.
Yeah.
2 strikes. I'm never going to kill Frodo. No, I'm going to try and take out Sam first.
Okay.
The first one needing a 4 to wound Sam. Oh yes, Precious. Yes, Precious.
So fate point the
First.
first.
Oh, that's what we want. So he's got 2 might It's anything
Yeah.
but a 1, Macklen.
Oh,
so he
right.
passes. So he is out of both fate points though. And crucially, Gollum has another attack.
It does indeed.
4 up to take down the filthy fat hobbit.
Oh, yes.
He's only got 1 might, hasn't he?
He has got one
no!
Sam lives.
That was the chance. You got to convert. And that's how things stand at the end of the turn. Gollum has fought off the hobbits, but he didn't manage to kill Sam, so we'll have to see if he can do better the next turn. Yeah, cool. So priority.
Yep. Get
That is a 4 for the hobbits. A 2 for Gollum.
You gonna let me have it again?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that might.
No surprise.
Mhm.
I get stuck back in. Or having said, yeah, I need the 2 dice. I was just thinking maybe just send Frodo in and protect Sam, because if you kill Sam and I win, it's a draw rather than.
Well,
Yeah.
classic Sam. Sam goes and hides behind
Yeah.
a rock. It's not the Macklen way,
No,
though, is it?
it's
We
not.
know this. So there we go. A remarkably similar looking shot of Sam and Frodo having ploughed back into Gollum once more to try and take him down again, but Gollum will not fall. Cool. So who's first?
So I'll start with Frodo this time.
Frodo first. Big 3.
3.
Come on, Gollum. It's a 5.
five.
Oh, it's mightable. It's mightable.
Sam has 2 might left.
Yep.
And he will spend it.
You're going to spend it to take mine.
Ah, yeah.
Not a bad trade. Not a bad trade. 'Cause
Yeah.
you've still got 2 with Frodo. I will win.
Yeah. You're gonna kill Sam, and probably take fate.
Yeah,
off.
mate, actually, that's a pretty good point.
Yeah.
That
So even if you're gonna kill him, at least I take a might
Yeah,
off
you might as well
yeah.
use it to
So
take
yeah,
his might,
Sam
yeah.
will use both his might.
that's
to
both might from
take it to
Sam.
a 6.
So he goes to 6, and then Gollum will use his 1
Yeah.
might to take that to a 6. So Gollum takes it on 5 value. And he's putting his first strike on that filthy fat hobbit. Oh, if he doesn't take him out, 1-4 or more to kill Sam.
That's a 1.
Come on.
Oh, yes, precious, yes. Samwise
Filthy
falls.
fat hobbit dies. And so in truly glorious news, Gollum has dispatched Sam, leaving it a 1-on-1 fight, and Frodo's journey to Mordor has not started well at all. But we'll see if he can take down the filthy little creature in the next turn.
All I've got to do is win a fight and make
Yeah,
a courage test.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Priority?
Yeah,
We'll leave Sam there as a bit of
absolutely.
terrain.
Nice bit of terrain.
Uh,
Oh, good from
yeah.
Frodo. He's furious. And he does get it, so I imagine he's going barreling into Gollum.
So I put the ring on.
What, to half his fight value?
Yeah.
It's not the worst idea, is it? Oh no, because isn't it still got that rule where if you're the last model on the board
Yeah.
wearing the ring, you
Yes.
get corrupted
You
by
could-
Sauron and
Okay, maybe not
Sorry,
put it.
not
No,
that.
no.
It's like the opposite of what we're going for.
Okay, in that case, I'll just charge.
Cool.
Probably should have put the ring on when Sam was alive.
It's a good tactic.
Yeah.
Okay, and so Frodo has gone charging into Gollum beside Sam's poor corpse to try and avenge him, and we'll see how he gets on now. He's still got. I mean, he's all right because he's got
Yeah.
the mithril coat, right?
Yes, he's defense 6.
He's got that at this point, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the walking
And he's
around.
got. I mean, he's got 3 fight and 2 wounds. Got to chew through him a bit. Yeah. So Frodo gets
6.
big from Frodo. It's big enough as well.
Get in.
So first things first.
Yes.
You've defeated Smeagol in a duel.
Yeah.
So I'll take a courage test. With
Yes.
courage of 4. Oh, he's passed. He loves it. He loves it. I'm not scared of you,
so
master.
His defense 4, so Frodo's
5.
strength. Strength
5
3
to
with
win.
sting.
Oh, he doesn't wound. What's he got?
1 fate, 2 wounds.
I'll take the wind. Cool. Okay, so priority in the next turn.
Yeah, 5.
So 5 for Tom and a 2 for me. So the priority goes to Tom.
Yeah.
So priority has gone to Tom. So Tom can now charge Frodo into Gollum. And we will now go into the fight phase and see how he gets on this turn. Can he repeat his heroics of last turn? Cool. So 5 phase.
Yep. So I start off with 3.
It's a good chance for Gollum.
Yeah.
Definite chance for Gollum here. It is. Take Gollum's
I
claws.
think I'll.
But Frodo's got might.
He
got
has
2 might.
I think I will spend 1.
Yep. Point of might from Frodo
Yep.
to win. Definitely worth it here. Could kill him as well, right?
Could, yeah, if you don't take a courage test. Cause
I have courage test. Oh, don't you subdue me.
I will not be subdued.
I will not be subdued.
So I need a 5 again, or a 4 with might.
Yeah,
I've got to do it, yeah.
Yep. So Frodo's last might.
I said 4 with might, so...
Gollum has got 1 wound and 1 fate.
Yeah.
It's a 4 up to stay in the game. Can he do it, Precious? Oh, he has fallen.
Subdued.
And tragically, well done, sir. Frodo has defeated Gollum, and alas, Gollum once more has been tamed. And although this time certainly, Frodo's in a spot of
yes,
bother.
he is.
And this one's that's a draw, is it?
It's a draw.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad we got a slightly different result. And we will go into our post-battle background breakdowns. Cool. So hello and welcome to the post-battle breakdown, but we are in a slightly different place. So just to give you some idea of what happened, to explain this, after we filmed the back rep last night, actually, we thought the footage had gone. We thought we'd lost the footage, and there was an issue with the audio, and that it wasn't going to sync up between the various cameras, and it was a bit frustrating. So we didn't film this, but then I managed to salvage it overnight. So we were very excited, and so we decided that we would do a post-battle back rep breakdown via Zoom for you. So Tom, how are you this fine morning?
Very well, very well.
Cracking night last night. Cracking.
Yeah, it was definitely. It's nice to. It was strange actually rolling dice again. Haven't picked up a dice. I haven't picked up a die, should I say, in over 6 months.
Yeah,
so,
completely agree.
It's,
nice to do some kind of social distanced gaming, I suppose, socially responsible gaming, should we say?
Exactly.
So, what did you think of the Taming of Smeagol?
It's a cool little scenario. I like it. It's not too complicated. Obviously, it's only 3 models. But yeah, they've done a good job. It's just easy, you know. It's very thematic, should I say?
Yeah, I thought it was almost surprisingly fun.
Yeah, I know you think 3 models and you think, oh, this is going to take, but yeah, it was quickly finished, but it was fun. It felt like the movie.
Yeah, it was great. It was a lovely little scenario, and obviously we did, as we said at the start, we did play it to kind of get our eye in for these bat reps. That was the reason we chose this. So sorry if your first battle report on this channel, people have said this is 15 minutes long and one of them's about 3 minutes long. The idea is more proof of concept, but obviously you started off playing as Gollum.
I did indeed.
And
full hardly.
you went in hard. You went in hard.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Gollum. You went in more like Gollum than Smeagol. So
exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And any thoughts? Could it
go
well?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that on the second go around. I should have listened to your advice of the 4.5 inches away, just to hedge my bets. But no, I thought in classic Macklen fashion, as we like to say, I just went straight for it.
But there is, I think there's only so much you could do in a way, because you had a fight. You were bound to have a fight with both of them at one point.
Exactly.
And then with a point of might and the lower fight and the higher fight value.
A higher fight value with 2 attacks as well.
The fight, and then failed your courage test. Is that?
Yeah. Well, that was quick.
I don't think there's an awful lot to review. It's unfortunate, really, isn't it? I think you were doing the right thing. I think you've got a 50-50 chance of you got 2 dice, and you need to basically roll a 5 because you've got a might point, and unfortunately not.
But it's even that it felt thematic, because the scene in the film doesn't actually take a huge amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of like, oh, he's jumped on them, and oh yeah, okay, he's subdued.
I think the scene in the film might have taken longer than our battle.
I mean, yeah, of course. Maybe. You get a picture.
Maybe the first one. So then obviously I don't think I think you just got a luck in that classic Macklen luck.
Yeah.
Mackluck.
Mackluck.
Mackluck indeed. And then we obviously swapped sides, and then the second time, bit more of a contest. But,
yes, absolutely.
But even though I tried to do the gamey thing, which was stay 4.5 inches away, it didn't help, because you just rolled a 5 and
it woke up
them anyway.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
But I think tactically that's probably the sensible thing, right? To give yourself that one chance of jumping on because what neither of us were able to do was jump on a prone hobbit.
That's true. Well,
do they wake? When do they wake up if he charges? If Gollum attacks a sleeping hobbit? So if what you need, what there is a potential for, is that if Gollum loses priority
Yeah.
4.5 inches away, he can then charge one, and the
Yeah.
other one can't do anything because
Yeah.
they've already moved that turn. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
a
Yeah.
real chance to take out one of them quick, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could
exactly.
wait there, and you could wait until you lost priority as well, because they're never going to
Yeah.
wake up. Well, they might. I suppose they
But with the
five
it's
or
with
six.
the luck of the dice, but yeah,
Mm.
there's a possibility.
But yeah, devious, sneaky tactics, perfectly fine
Yeah.
with Smeagol.
Exactly.
So yeah, and then we had a bit more of a scrap the second time round.
Yeah.
Um,
In hindsight, I mean, it's not thematic, but I probably should have put the ring on.
yeah, well, that was the thing.
I thought I keep forgetting what it does, and yeah, halving Gollum's fight value would have been super duper.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it but until the middle of one of the games, actually, did we?
Yeah.
But he is allowed to put it on in this scenario.
Yeah.
But if you're wearing it and then and then Sam
Sam
dies,
dies. Yeah.
Frodo trots off to Mordor and gives himself to Sauron. But yeah, maybe when Sam's alive and they've got all their rings of fate, even to just try and go full mental on Gollum.
Yeah. Exactly.
Charge in, don't roll a 1 or a 2 for the ring test. Half Gollum's fight value and beat him to death. But it seems a bit mean to me.
Yeah, it does. It does. I think they should. I mean, on paper, two of them against him should be able to overcome with their superior might and fate and wounds and stuff.
They can gang up on him without putting the ring on.
Yeah, exactly.
Is a reasonable thing to ask.
Yeah.
But yeah, potentially. But I definitely think there's ways for Gollum to win that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, our second one was a draw technically because you beat Sam to death.
The good player wins if Gollum is subdued. The evil player wins if Gollum kills Frodo and reclaims the ring. If Gollum is subdued but Sam has been slain, the game is a draw.
Yeah.
I think I didn't know if it's I was prioritizing Sam because I thought it was weaker.
Yeah.
But it's just hard. It's hard to get through Frodo with 3 fate, 2 wounds, defense 6.
Exactly.
I kind of thought if you did chew through Sam, you've then got a 2 attacks on 1 with the higher fight value, but not that it helps.
Well, it makes sense, especially with that rule as well. When I failed the courage test, is the fact that even if he loses to Frodo, he could, Frodo doesn't have to roll a dice to wound. He could fail a courage test and
well, absolutely. You want to avoid fights with Frodo, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so that's kind of it. I don't think there's an awful lot more to say. It was good.
It was really good fun, definitely.
It was super good fun, and we hope you enjoyed it. How did you find the bat rep format?
I liked it. Something well, not newish to us anyway. Definitely, it was. I like the concept of seeing the dice rolled as they're rolled. Yeah, and instead of panning over to a dice roll, you can just watch it as it happens.
And hopefully, as I would have said at the top of this video, this would be the first of many of these coming in the future. That's certainly the plan.
Yes.
But yeah, until then, hopefully you've enjoyed this and it's given you a bit of an insight into what our bat reps are going to look like and the structure of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thanks to Tom.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of Tom. And beyond that, I'm going to go back to the sofa now and debrief. And there we go. Having finished the chat with Tom, I'm now back upstairs for a debrief on the battle report and the video. So yeah, we hope you liked it. It was super fun. It was great to play it twice, and it's a really cool little scenario. And it requires very little space on your table, and you can have multiple tries and see if you can find a way for Gollum to win. Because I definitely think Gollum can win that. But yeah, so that's it. And here's the most important bit. How was it? Let us know what you think. You've basically got 3 feeds that you can comment on. I'm fairly happy with the close-ups of the models. I know sometimes the camera's a bit shaky at the start and end. I'm already thinking about ways to work on that. There's a wide shot of the table. How was that? I noticed our heads are a bit cropped off. Does that matter? Would you rather be further away from the table to see our heads? And also the dice tray placement. We've got the dice tray, it's down there in the bottom right corner, so it doesn't kind of impact on the players. Is that all right? Or would you rather that we cut to the dice tray in the same way we cut to the close-ups of the models? So it's full in the screen. Anything like that. We'd love to hear from you, like how, you know, to enhance your experience of enjoying these battle reports. I'm really pleased because it's worked, and we now know that we can film these, and with a little bit of extra effort and a bit of extra work, I think we'll be able to make them even more special. And that there really is there's going to be a lot to these videos that I'm really excited about. They won't just be battle reports. They're going to be, I want them to be full narrative videos with lots of other bits and going on. And we're currently furiously building some scenery for the first one, and we're very, very excited about launching it. And I don't really know when, but I would expect, we're now in October, I would hope, I'm gonna be optimistic, I would hope the first one is out in October. We are obviously dependent on COVID-19 and being still allowed to see each other essentially in person, but it'll be towards the end of October. But I would like to think it's doable that we could do the first video in October, if not towards the start of November, hopefully. And then the plan is to start rolling this campaign out probably at a rate of about one a month or something. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm super excited about it. I've never been it's been a long time since I've been this excited about Hobby, and it's all because of this fantastic book. So if you haven't got it, please rush out and get it. It really is spectacular. Talking of this book, at the time of recording, it's Thursday the 1st. We have another battle streams tomorrow. So I'm hoping that this video goes up today on Thursday evening, and on this channel, on the Battle Streams Middle Earth channel, we will have our latest stream with me and Steve tomorrow night from 8 p.m. and come and join us. And this week's theme, what else could it be? We're looking at Quest of the Ringbearer. We're pausing battle games in Middle Earth, and we're looking at Quest of the Ringbearer because we both love it so much, and we're going to be going through it and talking about our favourite bits and getting involved in all the normal community chatter. So please come along. It'd be great to see you in there and see what your favourite things are while we try and paint some models to do with Quest of the Ringbearer. I'm going to be working on Breaking of the Fellowship Aragorn, I think, and I'm super excited about that. So yeah, we hope you like it. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. We're a new channel and trying to get going and trying to build up a bit of momentum. And if you are enjoying what we're doing on Battle Streams Middle Earth, the link to our Patreon is below, and anything you can do to support us would be greatly appreciated and help us continue to make this channel the coolest, funnest place for kind of hobby inspiration and backlog clearing that we want it to be. So yeah, until that's everything for now, and until next time, I don't have a sign off for this channel. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.